guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got an exciting one for you. When I found out my Bronco was going to be delayed like forever, which it was. I mean, it was probably 6 months. I didn't hear a thing, and then one day, boom, it shows up. But when I knew it was going to get held up because of the hardtop, I went out and picked up this Wrangler. This is a 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. 4-wheel drive, obviously. If some of you are new here, it is right-hand drive. I just like weird stuff, if you can't tell. Building cool and different things because like I like driving through traffic and people just look at you like, what? My goal in all this is building something that, one, you can't buy at a dealership and can't easily be replicated. So that's what we're gonna do here today. We've got a sport model Wrangler, base model. If you guys haven't been following even this build right here, this was a basic XLT, and we came around and converted this thing completely to a Lariat, door panels and all, leather, and that. We're finishing this build up if you guys haven't been following or whatever, but we're finishing this up shortly. But that's what I like doing here. I like taking something so basic and making it, you know, the truck everybody wants, or the Jeep everybody wants, or the car everybody wants. So today, obviously here, we've got our Wrangler, and you can tell it's a sport model, and I can tell a lot of you look at this when I bought it, and you're like, that's not cool. That's not, you know, there's nothing awesome about this. Other than it being right-hand drive, it's really basic. But as you can see, even between this grille and the grille that will be going on it, this whole Jeep is gonna transform, I think, in this video. We got Sahara fender flares. We actually have a Rubicon front bumper. And I think this is actually a Sahara rear bumper, which obviously will work out in the end. When I bought these flares, I honestly thought I was picking up a set of like Rubicon flares, but they're actually Sahara flares. And another thing that I kind of just figured out after the fact, which I'm kind of upset about because that's not the route I was taking. Looking at this, it looks like they've got the factory LEDs in it. Under closer examination, I think these are aftermarket. They look really clean. If they look close to OEM, I may leave them, but if not, and I just don't like how they look at all or how they work, I'm gonna rip them out and get the OEM ones. I thought they were, that's why I picked up these flares. I picked up this whole set for 250 bucks. I picked up these bumpers for like 300 bucks total. I picked up the grill off my buddy for like free. Thank you, Kaufman. Yeah, my buddy gave me that, and then obviously we got the flares, the bumpers, and we actually have more stuff coming. I got clear side markers coming from Dynamics, so even if these get painted and put on, I may have to take this whole thing out anyway. So like I said, I'll plug it in, see if I like the way it looks. If I do, I'll leave it. If not, I'm gonna get the OEM ones with the clear side markers. And what else are we gonna do before we get busy? Tow hooks. Like obviously the Rubicon ones come red, but I'm gonna powder these to be accented. And then with the Rubicon bumper, obviously you can see this is kind of basic, but we're gonna do something cool with that area there as well. Also today, another thing I'm just not it's not that I'm not a fan of, factory option on this to get a hardtop painted. I think honestly it's like 3,000 bucks. I will double check and I'll post a screenshot on the screen here. But when you're building a Jeep, this is, I think a color matched hardtop is like $3,000 of an addition, but I'll show you. We're gonna do this whole thing here with parts for about 1,500 bucks. I've never done a set of Jeep mirrors, but we're gonna color match these today. We're also gonna go about and do the handles, I think. I really wanna see those and everything pretty much green and clean. And then we also have obviously these, and then our factory tail lights here. In the back, we've got a set of OEM LEDs, we've got a set of OEM LED headlights, and we got a set of OEM LED fog lights. So this whole Jeep is gonna get transformed. Sit back, relax, watch this. This is gonna be crazy because this Jeep will not look the same. So stay tuned for that, and yeah, let's get busy. Guys, so Bronco wins 100% on getting the fenders off. That was so much simpler. This is quite complex for what it is, and the Bronco's literally just like flip, 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 yank. And this is like, these clips, obviously I know they're like 20 cents and you're supposed to get new ones when you take them off, which is stupid, but one-use clips compared to what the Bronco has, man. So we just kind of mounted up the new rear bumper for one reason and one reason only. These end caps on Sahara and Rubicon are different. Now on the Sahara, the flares match your sport flares. So this in itself, the new rear flare will go right in. The way I ordered these, which luckily I did back then, I thought I ordered 2 Rubicon bumpers. I thought I did. But turns out I ordered a Sahara rear, as people label them as Sahara Rubicon, but if this was actually a Rubicon bumper, this would sit way higher. This goes in, but you can see the lines match. On a Rubicon, because the flares sit higher, about 1 inch higher, this cap on the end is a little different. These will match, that's what we needed. We needed a Sahara end cap and not a Rubicon. We lucked out on that one. All right guys, now we're on to, I guess, the final kind of body pieces here. We got the mirrors and the handles to come off. Going from like a JK or even like a Ram, they did it right on the JLs, I can tell you that, because you don't have to remove any door panels or anything to get this off or this off, which is sweet. I don't understand why. I mean, across the, across all makes and models, even this, the mirrors plug in behind the door. But on this, they really, I mean, it must be the fact they really took customization into account here, because this mirror, there's like I guess like a jumper plug. It plugs in by the door, but then it comes up here and there's also a plug behind the mirror, which is super sweet because that makes all of this easy and can be done in half the time. So I'm gonna show you here how to get the mirror off and this handle, and then obviously we'll repeat on the rear. First things first, roll your windows down, because when there's no outside handle, you won't have any way to get into the vehicle. So make sure your windows are down so you can at least pop it. So that's step one. Over here, obviously you've got 3 T30 bolts. It won't really fall, but just in case, maybe it will fall. Next thing, this mirror will honestly pull right out. And then right here, which is super sweet, is your mirror plug. So get this tape off. You can push down on that. Don't be afraid, this whole harness will slip out of the mirror, but then you can push down on this and unplug it. And just like that, your mirror is off. When you do like handles on like a Ram 2500, you have to take the inner door panel off, slide the glass up, tape it if you want to do it the right way without cutting your door panel out to get the screws out. But this one, they make it super simple. Inside the door here, you'll find 2 stickers. All you gotta do is remove this upper one. You can remove it and replace it, or just take it off and leave it. Surprised they didn't have like a plastic plug for this, but literally just a sticker. And then this is a T20. It's all the way in here. The rear one's a little bit further than the front, but you're gonna unscrew it. Do not unscrew this thing all the way, because if it falls in the door panel, you're screwed. Get it out far enough and you'll notice that this part of the door handle will start moving and be loose right there, just before it actually comes fully out of the thing. And then just wiggle this, it'll come out. And as you can see, that screw pretty much just screws in here and puts pressure on this so this cap doesn't come out. Next thing here, to get the rest of the handle out, which makes this super simple, pretty much take the handle, slide back, lift out, and your handle is out. And on the back door, it's a little more difficult because this screw, as you can see, look at the distance away from there compared to here, but same concept. I'll pop the door open. This one's actually a little hidden. Behind this weather stripping, there's a secret hole here. You're gonna take your T20 as well. It'll go all the way in. It'll sink into that spot, and you'll do the same exact thing. But this is, like I said, this is key. Do not unscrew this fully. Otherwise, you will never get that screw out unless you take the whole door panel out. So don't do that. Literally quarter turn, wiggle, quarter turn, wiggle. It seems a little loose, you can pop this, go full turn. That seems really loose now, so this should come, and we'll actually turn it back in just in case it's too loose. Lift up, slide, and the handle will come out. And same thing on the back here. I mean, repeat the process down the driver's side or passenger side, whatever you have, or whatever side it'd be on for you. But same thing on the tailgate here. There's a little rubber clip. You're gonna do the same exact thing. Loosen. This one actually got real loose real quick. Now that I think about this, we may want to take this off last because this door won't open. There's no way to open it, right? There's literally no way to. So I feel like that should be the last thing we do. Plans have changed because thinking stuff through. There's no way for me to get this tailgate open once I take the handle off. So we're gonna get the hardtop off first and then literally take this handle off, close it, and then we can hop up in here when we're going and reassembling this Jeep, put the handle in, we can open this up. So we're gonna wait on this one. When you're doing stuff, trucks, Jeeps, whatever it be, don't forget about the rear of your vehicle, tailgate handles, third brake light, the whole nine. You gotta remember that. I know it's one of those things that's easily forgotten, but gotta remember it so it completes the whole thing. But we'll get to that in 1 second. If you guys didn't know, a little Jeep Easter egg here. This little indent, it's technically a cup holder. Saw that on TikTok, but I'm gonna pass the knowledge on to you. All right guys, you ever have a connector like this that's really giving you a tough time trying to pull it apart, whether it's full of just, you know, grit and grime, or just it's a brand new plug and doesn't want to play nice? If you take a pick, a couple things I recommend in all this: pick and panel tools, plug poppers, that stuff, incredible tools, but picks especially. Harnesses like this, if you're pushing and you're trying to get it out and it's not coming, take a pick, right angle, straight, whatever, get behind here and pretty much lift the tab, just a little bit of force, and look at how easy this comes out. Lift the tab, you lift the tab, it gets locked on, boom. Just like reverse engineer what you're doing and realize that this tab right here, see if you can zoom in on it, this tab right here is what locks in. So sometimes you just might not get enough leverage to pop it up high enough, so all you gotta do is come in here with a pick and push, and it'll slide right out. All right guys, and here are the OEM LED headlights. So obviously the running light, and then you've got your, you know, LED projector on this. We also have LED fog lights, the whole nine. We're doing it all. And like I said, I thought I had the OEM fender lights, but I didn't. So I ordered a right side, which is actually a driver on this, but I need to get the left one and put that in. So the right one's coming, I gotta find the left one. And we'll get those in, get the all OEM LEDs on this. I wanna make it OEM and clean as possible. But here, looking at this silver bezel inside the headlight, not cutting it for me. Really gonna not complete the look the way I want. So we're gonna customize these. I think it'll make a big statement, and it'll really, I don't know, really pull the build together. So we're actually gonna try and crack these open. I'm gonna get this out, and we're gonna paint that silver bezel to match this Jeep. Oven mitts. Bro. All right, guys, well, first things first, every time I turn around and look at this thing under this lighting, it's gecko green, but it pops, and it pops hard under like LED lighting. So when we're done with this, being able to see not only the fenders, but the hardtop, the mirrors, the handles, everything gecko green is gonna be crazy because this thing pops. And obviously we're gonna powder coat the suspension, and we're gonna do some tow hook stuff and all that. It's all gonna pull together. We just got the wheels. The wheels should be here this week. They're on the way. So we'll have the wheels, we got the tires. This is crazy. I'm excited to see this thing transform. But I will also say that between when we started filming today and now, it's been like 8 or 9 hours entirely. One, stripping this, getting everything torn down, getting the flares off, getting the bumpers off, doing that, grill, and opening these headlights. It's literally taken all day. It's crazy. And I've never been beat up more by a vehicle, or actually haven't been beat up by a vehicle in a long time. I can't believe it came from a Wrangler. Those headlights are no joke. If you are thinking about doing what I'm about to do, when you see it done and you're like looking at it and you're like, man, that looks good, I don't recommend that. Do not try and open a JL headlight. It's a pain, and if you're like, wow, that looks good, will you do it? Absolutely not. I don't think it will ever open a JL headlight again. The plan was actually to get all this done back on for this video, but because that took so long and I had no idea what it was gonna take on those headlights, I think that's gonna do it for today's video. But as you can see, we have a lot done already. Honestly, like I said, I'm gonna come back tomorrow, work on this. You guys are gonna be watching this video, and either the next video or like 3 in total, this whole Jeep will look completely different. That wasn't the plan when I started this. I wanted it all to be done in one video in one day, but yeah, that just wasn't gonna happen. But yeah, I'm gonna cut it at like 9 hours today, because all of this is gonna take a lot of work, a lot of effort, and that hardtop is probably gonna give me a run for my money. I've always wanted to do that, and everyone always wants to figure out how to paint your hardtop, or can you do it after the fact? The answer, short answer is yes. Have I ever done it? No. We're gonna figure it out and make it happen. Hopefully now you're kind of getting the vision. Like I said, the Sport Wrangler, when I bought it, they look hideous. They look so bad. So we're gonna spice it up and make it look good. And especially the little custom touch in the headlight, this thing's gonna be nuts. And yeah, next video, we're actually gonna start reassembling this, because we're gonna get all the small parts painted. So those will be painted and back on, and whatever else we can in the next video. So this is nuts, guys. If you enjoyed this video, shoot it a thumbs up. If you haven't been here before, please get down there, click subscribe, drop me a comment while you're down there. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.